Today we'll meet the new teen librarian from the Waupaca Area Public Library, Emily Heideman. Robin Madsen from Foundations for Living will stop by. We'll learn about the Waupaca Lions Club upcoming Roses for Spring fundraiser, and Mike Wenzelow will be here from the Humane Society of Waupaca County. I'm Joni Kern, and this is What's Happening Waupaca. Guest today is Emily Heideman, who is the Teen Services Librarian with the Waupaca Public Library. Welcome, Emily.
Hi.
I didn't know the Waupaca Public Library had a Teen Services Librarian, so it's going to be a lot of fun talking with you today. You've been with the library for 6 months now, and you told me that you have a master's in library science.
Library and Information Studies.
So I thought that that was really interesting because I don't think that I was aware that there was that kind of master. So how does that prepare you for being a teen services librarian?
Well, you go through a lot of classes that teach you how to look up items in the catalog, and like different catalogs. Every library has a different one, really. But it also teaches me, or it taught me how to select appropriate materials for teens or for children, depending on your major. Mine was youth services, so teens and children. And then it also, we talk about ethics involved in it, so information privacy and the right to read what they want to read. We celebrated Banned Book Week this year as well.
So I think that that's kind of cool that you were able, through your college education, to learn about what kind of books are appropriate for teens. And you've got some programs going on, so we're going to talk about that, because one of them is Coffee and Donuts for Teenagers. I wish I was a teenager. On Wednesday afternoons here. Tell me about that one.
Wednesday afternoons, we're doing a homework help and reading cafe. So from 3:30 until 8 o'clock, teens can come into the teen room at the library, and they'll have free coffee and free donuts and scones and danishes for them to snack on while they are doing their homework or while they're reading.
And they can get help with their homework as well,
Yep.
which is really nice if a teen is struggling or having a hard time focusing because of the noise at home. They can come here to get that done. And then you have a manga anime. Did I
Manga
say
anime.
a manga? Not quite right. You have a manga anime, which is Japanese. So tell me about that program that you have.
Manga Anime Club is a club for teens that are interested in manga, which is a comic book that is a Japanese graphic novel that's read from the back to the front. And the characters usually have exaggerated features, like their eyes are really big and they have really small mouths, or basically caricatures of people. And at the club, they can talk about what they are reading. We watch different anime movies. We have a license to watch Funimation movies. And we play different games. We sample Japanese cuisine, different snacks and sushi and things like that.
So it's the club is not only about the manga and reading that gravel, but it's about learning all about the Japanese culture as well. It sounds like that sounds like a lot of fun. Now, along with the programs that you do here, you also told me that you help teenagers find appropriate reading material. Tell me a little bit about how that works.
Usually, someone will come to me, or they'll come to someone at the children's desk and say, you know, my teen used to read something like Harry Potter, and you know, we're in 10th grade now. What can I read that's the same as that or similar? And then I help them find select materials that are within that same genre or within the same framework as what Harry Potter would be, but at a higher level. So kind of bringing them up into teenage reading materials.
And you were telling me that part of the reason that you do that and that you focus on that is so that you can help teenagers keep their love of reading and continue it into adulthood.
Yeah.
Correct? So that's, I mean, that's kind of nice that you have, that there is someone like you here at the library, Emily, that can help teenagers find reading material and then stretch themselves a little bit as far as what they're reading as well. So that's terrific. What else do you have going on at the library for teens?
We have tons of programs. So Thursday nights, there'll always be something going on. The first Thursday of every month is our book club and our SLAG meeting, Student Library Advisory Group. The book club is called Pizza and Pages, so I'm bribing kids to read with pizza.
That probably works pretty well, doesn't it?
It does.
Yeah.
It does. That's my highest attended program.
Yeah, you could bribe me to do just about anything for pizza.
And then usually the kids that come to Pizza and Pages will stay for SLAG, so we've been seeing higher numbers at SLAG. The second Thursday of every month is the manga anime. The third Thursday of every month is something we're calling Nerd Fighters Gathering, which is anyone who reads John Green or follows the Vlogbrothers. It's John and Hank Green. They have a YouTube channel and they post all sorts of silly, nerdy things. And so we're going to be watching that and doing some activities.
So that's great. So you've got all kinds of stuff going on for teens. So all of you teens out there or parents of teenagers, send them to the library because it's not just about reading, it's about having fun too. So great. Thank you, Emily, for coming on the show today. It was really nice to meet you.
It was nice to meet you too.
Next, we have Robin Madsen with Foundations for Living.
The Revival in downtown Waupaca prides themselves in providing above and beyond customer service. From small to tall, women of any age can consider the Revival your professional personal stylist, helping you find the right outfit for any occasion, weddings, senior pictures, or even a special night out. The Revival also specializes in home decor with a large selection and variety of items to choose from, including art from local Waupaca artists. The Revival, 111 West Fulton Street across from Farmer State Bank, downtown Waupaca. For more information, call 715-281-5100 or find them on Facebook. The Revival, home, art, and fashion.
Next, we have Robin Madsen from Foundations for Living here. Thanks for coming back on, Robin.
Thanks for inviting me, Joni.
You actually were here a little over a year ago on the program, and I ran into you last week. So I wanted to invite you back because with your Foundations for Living program, you are doing a couple of different things, and I wanted to highlight those.
Yeah.
So it's kind of exciting that you've been growing. You are now in a brand new facility that is how much larger than the other one?
Oh my goodness, exponentially larger.
It's, I mean, it's
yeah,
huge. It's,
yeah, we had, when we were at Ruby's Pantry, we had 2 offices. And now we have 4 offices and a big storeroom and a big showroom for our clothes and a huge 4,600 square feet, something like that.
Yeah, you have, it was with the chamber and we did a tour of your building, so I saw it. It's just a beautiful place.
Oh, it's gorgeous.
You have your community clothes closet there, which is one of the things that I wanted to touch on today. For all of us that like really good deals, your community clothes closet is open for anyone to come in and shop on Wednesdays.
Wednesdays from 9 to 4 and the 3rd Saturday of the month from 8 to 2.
So we can all drop off our clothes that are gently used, still in great shape, to you. And because you are you're a 501c3, so we can use that as a tax deduction. But we can also do some shopping there as well.
Yep, and it's on a donation basis. So we are asking for a donation of $5 a bag. And that kind of covers some of the costs that we need to, just of the building and electricity.
So if we find something really, really nice, we should probably donate a little bit more than $5 maybe. That would be nice. Because it's a great way not only to support your program, but also to give people who are on a really tight budget the ability to be able to come in and do some shopping.
Yeah, and we really are trying to get a good good amount of career clothes for people who are coming in and may not have enough money to buy some really good clothes to go out and do an interview.
And that's really, there are several programs around. I know there's one in the Valley that will provide someone with the suit for the interviews. Now, you also are trying to get started a warming shelter.
Yes.
So tell me a little bit about that.
Well, because of our what we do, we get a lot of people coming in saying they need shelter, they need a place to stay. Most of the people who come into our office don't have a place to stay. Oftentimes they are going from couch to couch to couch and they have burned the bridges, so they don't have a place to go. But sometimes there's also some emergency shelters, emergency need where I don't have anything tonight and it's 2 degrees below zero, I don't have any place to go. And Waupaca County has nothing for them other than going to a hotel.
They do have the Best Western in the Village Inn, and they have a voucher, but it's $60 a night.
Yes.
And the vouchers are handed out. I know that we were talking a little bit about that. I mean, Trinity and Shepherd churches say that they hand out about 5 per year, but there's more. I mean, there's the Salvation Army and there's the Sheriff's Department. So this is something where people are going to be able to come in and just sleep for the night.
Yes.
And you're providing some food as well.
Yes, we'll provide a meal. It may be just a sandwich or a bowl of soup, but something for them to eat when they get in, and then a light breakfast when they leave.
So that's kind of nice. And how many people can
we can house, because of the space, we have to have 50 square feet per person, so we can house about 15 to 18 people.
And that's not approved yet, but we're working on it. So, okay. Another thing that you told me you were doing is you are now working with people in Marion.
Yes.
Which is, I thought that was interesting that you are able to spread out and start working with some other cities. What are you doing with them?
We actually contract with Marion Area Ministerial Association, and they have a transitional living housing unit there. They have 2 apartments, and they found they had the apartments and they were putting people in, but they didn't have anybody to oversee them or to provide case management. So they asked us if we would come in and do that. And we do everything that we do for people in our houses. We do the background checks, we do the interviews first. They follow the same regulations and responsibilities that they have in our house, but they just pay them the programming fees.
Now, one of the things that I know that you do is you do these life skills teaching. And we were talking a little bit before the segment about how we are all concerned that our neighbors be people that we can trust. Yeah. Because we have dogs and we have kids and we have ourselves, and so it's kind of it's a very polarized. You're in a very people either really love what you're doing or they hate what you're doing. Yeah. We all see that there's a need for it. One of the things that I like that your program does is you do life skills workshops and teaching. And I want you to tell me a little bit about what that entails.
Life Skills is it's called a trauma-informed educational program. It's a 30-week course, and it really goes beyond just learning how to change our behavior. It changes the way our mind processes information, and it changes the way our perspectives, how we see life.
And this is something that goes on throughout the time that someone is living in your transitional housing.
Yes, they're required to attend that.
And the goal is that if we're in a position where we need your help, we are also in a position where we need to change our thinking so that we can move in a different direction. And that's what the Life Skills is all about.
Yeah,
so
very much so.
Great. Well, thanks for coming back on today, Robin, and sharing with us the new stuff that you have going on. I think it's pretty exciting.
Thank you.
So
Thank you.
Congratulations on your success in helping people.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Next, we have Todd Mallasch with the Waupaca Lions Club.
Internet service at Win TV provided by Waupaca Online, your local wireless internet service. If you're looking for an alternative to high prices, don't have cable or DSL in your area, not happy with the reliability of satellite internet or the low bandwidth limits of cellular, Waupaca Online is your answer. Locally operated, Waupaca Online features several speeds to choose from, local service, and many happy customers. Ready to make the change to Waupaca Online? Call 715-942-9919 or visit waupacaonline.net to schedule your free site survey. If you'd like to be a guest on What's Happening Waupaca, contact Josh at 715-258-4405 or email jwerner@cityofwaupaca.org. Full details at wintvwaupaca.com.
Our next guest is Todd Mallasch, who is, you are the president of the Waupaca Lions Club. Welcome to our show today.
Welcome. Thanks.
We are going to be talking about spring. Roses for Spring is what kind of brought you on here, so we want to talk about that. I like the idea of roses in spring in the middle of the winter here. So how do we go about treating ourselves to roses through the Lions Club?
It's one of our biggest fundraisers of the year. I mean, we do a few other things throughout the year, but Roses for Spring is a big fundraiser. And it's a great way to be able to get some roses, get in some good points, and also help our organization, help out your own community, and help us to help and give back to the community.
So we can order the roses. You told me that they're $15 for a dozen,
15.
And that includes absolutely everything,
Yeah.
including delivery.
That's correct. What we do is, generally, we've been doing this for probably a little over 20 years. Our club's been doing this. And it's not just our club. There's actually 30 clubs in our district that are involved with this. So if somebody wants the roses, let's say they live in Appleton, we got anything from Appleton to Sturgeon Bay. I mean, you can go anywhere in this area. We have a whole list of areas that we deliver these roses to. So if we fill this thing out and you want it delivered, let's say it's a club in Sturgeon Bay that's going to be doing the delivery, we pass that on to Sturgeon Bay. They're going to deliver it, hand deliver those roses to those in Sturgeon Bay then too.
What a fabulous gift to give somebody. Right. I mean, everybody loves flowers, and roses are such a great way to bring in spring. And you said the delivery date is April 12th?
April 12th is the date we deliver to residential places. But if you've got a business, and let's say you want to buy something for all your employees in your business, and you want to get a dozen roses at each of their desks or something, or however you want to do it, we do that on the 11th, because that's the Friday before.
So we can treat ourselves to roses, or treat the people we love to roses, and all of the money, the proceeds from this, go to some of the community.
Well, it goes back into our club, and the Lions Club, I'm not sure if you're familiar with some of the things that we do. Basically, the Lions Club is focused on vision and vision impairment issues and things like that. And we try and help out in those areas. We do other things as well throughout the town, throughout our city here. We do scholarships and things like that through the school system. But we do a lot of money that goes into a camp in Roshold, and that's for disabled children up in Roshold.
You were telling me a little bit about that. What a great thing is to be able to send your kids. All parents look forward to sending the kids away.
Right.
But to be able to give disabled children a chance to spend a week with people who are similar to them, and to be able to get away and learn and have a great time is wonderful. Right.
I mean, it's not just for the kids. It is a great time for the parents to be able to take and relax and enjoy and know that their kids are going to be having a good time, and that they're safe.
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, it's the big joke that all parents want to get rid of their kids for a little bit, but it really is good for the parents of healthy children, even better for the parents of disabled children to have a little bit of a break.
Right.
So you do the camp in Roshold, you do scholarships. What other kinds of things do you do around the area?
We have eyeglass programs. Like if somebody doesn't have the money to be able to purchase eyeglasses and things, they can talk to their eye doctor. We do sponsor some of that money to be able to take care of that. We have vision therapy programs for sometimes if some child needs some vision therapy. We actually have a new camera that we're going to be getting to soon for vision screening. So into the schools, in a 1-second scan, it's going to scan the pupils of your eyes, and it's going to be able to diagnose a kid as young as 6 months old on up to adults, and it's going to scan them and give it a total readout of what the eye problems the child may have.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's fabulous news. Now, you also are looking for people that want to become involved with the Lions Club.
Oh, sure. We're always looking for members. We've got about 65 members in our club right now. We meet twice a month. We have a dinner over at Simpson's, so you get a dinner with your meal, with your meeting, and then we go on and have our meetings those nights, and we we take care of things with, with the club. So if anybody's interested in that, we have a Facebook page, and we also have our website, waupacalions.com. So if somebody would just go to that site, you can find out more information about our club, as well as you can purchase the roses this year online. So you can get the roses, click on that, do it through a PayPal account, and you wouldn't even have to leave your door to be able to get these roses.
What a fabulous thing to do. It sounds like the Lions Club. I don't know a whole lot about it, but it sounds like it's a fabulous club. What a great way to be able to get together with people and be helping the community at the same time.
It is. Yeah, it is.
Wonderful.
Yeah.
Thanks for being on today, Todd.
Sure, no
I
problem.
appreciate the time you're giving me. And we will all look forward to having roses delivered on April 11th and April 12th.
All right.
All
Thanks.
right. Next, we have Mike Wenzelow from the Humane Society of Waupaca County.
Angie, Master Stylist. Operating a high-style salon on 6th Street in Waupaca. Offering haircuts and coloring, nails, skin, and more. For more information, contact Angie at 920-850-3283 or email her. Angie, Master Stylist, proud sponsor of What's Happening Waupaca.
Our next guest this afternoon is Mike Wenzelow. He's a volunteer at the Humane Society of Waupaca County. So he brought in Rose today, and we're going to try to get her to face the camera. She's an absolutely adorable 4-year-old pit bull mix.
She is a wonderful animal.
She's actually a great animal.
Oh yeah, come here.
And
Come here.
for anybody who is there, isn't she pretty? For anybody who's thinking, she was with Riley, who is a yellow lab,
Yes.
who I have brought into my home. So
That's right.
So she gets along very well with other dogs too. Just to push, she's 4 years old. She's just a beautiful, beautiful
throw the
girl.
treat?
Great temperament. So you're also here today. We're going to take a few minutes because you have started a program with the Humane Society. I know, Rose.
You threw it and
With
it's under the chair, isn't it?
You've started a program between the Humane Society
Come on,
and
Rose.
King Veterans Home that
Yes.
we want to talk about a little bit. I love it. It's good.
Yes, ma'am.
You are a veteran yourself,
Yes, Joni.
and you have some disabilities associated with that. So you come at what volunteering with animals and spending time with animals, I mean, it's a very personal experience
Yes,
for
ma'am.
you. Because you are the highest hour volunteer that the Humane Society has. I saw you get your t-shirt last summer. So you spend an incredible amount of time, and you spend a lot of it with the dogs out there.
Yes, I do.
So coming from that perspective, you know how much they can help people, how much animals, we all know how good animals are. You started something with King, with the Veterans Home out there. And I want you to tell us a little bit about what you're building and what you're doing.
Yes. First of all, thank you, Joni, for allowing this opportunity. I mean, this is an opportunity I didn't think I'd be able to have.
Oh, it's great to have you on here.
The biggest thing I'm working on right now is I'm trying to put a program together where it'll be able to offer a little help, something healing for both homeless and at-risk veterans. Mostly those veterans with the hidden scars that don't show all the time. I myself, like you said, I'm a disabled veteran. I have post-traumatic stress disorder. And that's one of the reasons I spend a lot of time at the Humane Society. It's amazing the healing effect that these animals actually have.
So what does spending time with her do for you?
When you look into the eyes of one of the animals, especially animals that are at rescues and humane societies, you're able to see unconditional love. And you're able to see something, you're the only thing the world has. And what this does inside of someone, at least what it did for me, is it gave me self-value. It helped me redevelop self-esteem. And that's what I'm trying to do for other veterans. And I someday would like to see this go even further. Post-traumatic stress disorder is not a disorder that just affects veterans. It affects everybody.
It really does. There are, we could talk about that for hours. I mean, there are all kinds of different PTSDs that affect us all.
Yes.
Yep. So you work specifically, King's Veteran Home has an area that is for homeless.
These are veterans that are trying to re-enter society. They may have been homeless. Most, if not all, are at-risk veterans with those hidden scars that I mentioned before. And they're trying to refocus themselves back in the world. And what I did is I went over and I talked to some of the counselors over there, and I said, this is something that's helped me up to this point. I'm far from being healed, and that's one of the reasons I'm putting the program together, is out of a buddy system, we'd be able to look out for each other and make sure that we are spending the time with the animals and helping them and helping us. It's kind of a win-win situation.
So how many volunteers do you have?
So far, we've had a total of 13 veterans from OV Hall at King's Veterans Home sign up. Not all of them make it back after the orientation, but they know that that opportunity, good girl, that opportunity is still there.
And that's, I mean, anytime you're looking at volunteers, people come to the orientation, they might come once or twice, and they just find that it's just not for them. But the people like you, who come in and who stay and continue, really start reaping the benefits.
It's amazing just exactly what these animals can actually do for you. It really is.
And vice versa, by the way, how much you do for animals like Rose, who is, she was displaced because of a family situation. She's just making herself comfortable.
Yes. You want a home, so you're being cute now. Okay, I see how you're working this. Good job.
So anyway, I think that the work that you're doing is really important. King's Veteran Home has been on the show. We've talked to them. They do wonderful. I'm married to a disabled veteran, so they have some wonderful programs for vets. And I think to be able to merge that with the Humane Society and the animals is just a fabulous opportunity.
I would like this. Here, Rose, come, sit. Come on, show off your good girl. Yes, good girl. I would like to see this actually progress even further into a program that would be accepted from the Veterans Administration, where it would actually be part of a counseling program, where the veteran with their counselor, good girl, will set up goals. A goal would be a very, very basic one, was start with a schedule with the Humane Society. Meet the schedule. Put together a resume. Put together, get yourself a job interview, a home, and then when they graduate the program, I would like to see grants that maybe, sort of as a way of saying, welcome back to society for this veteran, they could get a certificate where they can go to any animal shelter or any Humane Society and bring home their new family member.
I think that I think that those are fabulous goals. I even think that what you're doing, just changing one life, it's one life at a time. Is the way we change the world, and I think that that's great. And I've gotten to know you over the last year, and it's just such a pleasure for me to call you friend. So I love that you are on here, Mike.
I'm honored. Thank you very much, Joni.
Thank you. We'll find you a family.
It's coming soon, sweetheart.
Thanks for joining us. Thanks for joining us today for What's Happening in Waupaca. We're here to connect you with the activities and events going on with the government and in your community. If you have any ideas for a future episode, please let us know by calling 715-258-4405. We'll see you again next month for the next episode of What's Happening Waupaca.